Hello. Welcome. Welcome back to the stream. I'm Jared. I'm a Rubyist. Blah blah blah. We're on the third episode of trying to work through Advent of Code, day 22. I have figured out off stream. I committed my changes. Um, so I have a snapshot of where I was when I left off the stream. Did some digging, tried to figure out where exactly I was making a mistake, and found a few things. I was making a few small, subtle mistakes. They're just kind of tricky things to find. And I don't think it would have been fun to find them, but I think it's a good learning experience here to show you how I fixed them. So one of the interesting things here, let me get back to the code here. So we are exactly where we left off at the end of the last stream. First, I discovered that there's a clamp method in Ruby. So we can clamp values. So what we have here is essentially 6 lines that are trying to clamp values. And tell me, I don't know if I actually have anyone watching here, but let's see if you can spot the moment where you realize what I did wrong. So if we convert these to calls to clamp, we can see, wait, what's going on here? Oh yeah, here. That I'm not clamping the right values, that I'm clamping x1 twice and z1 twice each time. So this is a good example of complicated code. It's easy to miss stuff with stuff like that. Now that won't fix this. Whoops. Well, I just cut it again, but instead of get resetting, okay, so we're still getting the wrong value. Let's just have another subtle detail is that so let's convert this code. Instead of using subject, so let's like this constrain method, just take a value and it'll do the same constraining logic as we had before. So we'll say if constrain range, we want to do one thing, do another thing, and so so these we would hypothetically leave intact in, what's the best way to do this? I kind of want to just like pass, let's just do it this way. And we'll say turn v unless constrain. Not beautiful, but and then we can swap out all of these stuff. Let's go. And then we'll just put the cool. We haven't made any real changes to this code yet. In fact, the only thing we've changed is we're no longer constraining it. So let's fix that. We'll pass in constrain range here. Now that should get us the same result. Oh, it's supposed to be. This was better. We'll just use positional arguments. I hate positional Boolean positional arguments, but all right. And then I wrote constrain. This should be clamp. And we're still getting the wrong number. Cool. So I know why that is now. Is all the this there's sort of an aspect of the elegance of the rest of the code that we wrote that is dependent on us treating the ends of the ranges as exclusive. So we need to go through to the ends and add +1. Also means we need to add a +1 there. And we're still not getting the right result, which is interesting. And I don't actually know why that is. Fix these. Uh-oh. That doesn't look right. You should all be. Oh yeah, here's the mistake. I wasn't done fixing that mistake. See, probably easier to find out. Okay. Whew. All right, we have one passing. Let's just see. Does this work for our other tests? Oh, and it does. We've already solved part 1, but let's just verify that we get the same result as we previously got. We do. And that's a really big number. Thankfully, is chill with really big numbers. There it is. That should not have taken as it took us. I mean, some learnings in there. Got to be really careful with those boundaries. In my previous solutions, we did a lot of work to sort of work around the boundary logic. Those solutions weren't good though. We learned to use clamp, super useful for making code that deals with that stuff more readable. I'm sure if I've been writing clamp, using clamp from the start rather than doing like the nested arrays with max and min, that would be, I mean, it's easier to think about even. It's just like much simpler to think of it in terms of that than in terms of evaluating these nested min-max array things. I really don't like the look of 23. Not because I gotta just sit down and do it at some point here though. But I don't know when that will be. It is Christmas Eve, and I got some other things to do. Apparently I gotta go wash a dog. So thanks for coming out to the stream. I will be back at some point. I'll probably finish solving these next week realistically. But as always, thanks for coming out. See you next time.